he decided to just make a speech towards Rudolph. He was like, "Alone we are weak, but together we are strong, and we can defeat
This
Papa
sounds
Hanukkah."
this doesn't sound copyrightable at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rothschild Bros. I'm your host, Christopher Ghislaine Rothschild, and this is Nathaniel.
Not Ghislaine Rothschild.
Today we can talk about, Papa Hanukkah, the the
Fun.
legend of Papa Hanukkah.
The man, the myth, the legend. Papa
Yes,
Hanukkah.
yes. He's actually, we're gonna, I just said he was the same, he's the same magical rabbit. Oh yeah, do you know the story of the golem in the
I know the story of a golem
of
who takes a ring and does some stuff.
well, the legend, it's a Jewish folk tale. It's the golem.
Oh, I think I heard that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I don't know what the entails. I mean,
it's
it's like a clay guy and he
mhm.
does stuff.
Yeah, he's just a guy who's under a rabbi's control. He just defends the Jewish ghetto,
Okay.
and I can't remember what he does. He either goes like too far or something, and
Okay.
he hurts something, and then the rabbi has to, decommission the golem, and that's how the folk tale ends. And you'll see like the Iron Giant is like a modern day
Yeah.
retelling of the golem.
Modern day.
Yeah. Or Superman. Superman's probably also an example.
Superman is probably better.
It's probably
Maybe a
it's
better
a
example.
yeah, it's a good example. It's like
Erase this up.
it's a force. It's a protective, powerful force to protect the weak and vulnerable. Is kind of
Gotcha.
what that just is. But yeah, in so yeah, it was that same rabbi. That's the same rabbi who became Papa Hanukkah. He he
Oh,
used the Kabbalah magic that
like
he's
a like a
also
like a like a cabal of like riches and like in a basement.
the
That's what I
Kabbalah.
think of when I think of a cabal.
It's the Kabbalah. It's like Jewish mysticism.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the Jewish mysticism. That's what the
Is it Kabbalah Harris?
Kabbalah. I don't know. She might be
That's
in.
so bad.
She might
We'll
be
just move on
into
from
it.
that.
Yeah. I don't. She might be in. Her husband's Jewish. I don't. They might be into the
Uh,
Kabbalah. I don't know. I'm
uh,
sure there's a lot of Hollywood people who get into the Kabbalah stuff. But yeah,
if it's anything like Copacabana, yeah, I'd be all over that.
I don't know what a Coca Cabana is.
It's a song.
Oh, well, it's like this is more the cir. I think the tree of life comes from that, where the seven circles that are. It's like the yeah, the seven circles that are lined up for each other. I think that's from the Kabbalah.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember, but yeah, yeah. In my story, just Papa Hanukkah uses Kabbalah magic, and after he decommissioned the first one, he was like, "No, actually, I'm gonna go back on this," and he makes like 500 golems to defend the city of Prague.
So, okay, so I think this is more of a story of Iron Man 2. I think that's basically what you're going for, or Age of
Oh,
Ultron. That's
except,
what that sounds
except,
like.
yeah, except these golems can't really go haywire. They're just all under the control of an old Jewish guy. It's like, I have all of my golems. Look how big and strong all of my golems are. They're so
Never
big
bring
and
your
strong.
golems over
And
anymore.
you never bring any golems over. I got you a golem. You never even take it out. I even saw it was still in its packaging.
No.
Oh yeah,
It's worth more in the packaging.
with more in the pack. That's not true.
That's
That's true. But yeah, so he was sitting pretty in Prague and he was defending Hanukkah, but meanwhile in the Vatican, the the Vatican teamed up with the ancient secret empire of Coca-Colas, and because Coca-Colas had the secret elixir that was able to bring, people back from the dead. And
I'm starting to think that this isn't a real story.
no, no, this is true. This is
This
how
is
Papa
100%
Hanukkah.
true.
This is how Papa Hanukkah became Papa Hanukkah. But this is also
The
how
Jewish
Santa.
Coca-Cola.
Well, this isn't Jewish Coca-Cola. This is Christian Catholic Coca-Cola that
Okay.
revived Saint Nicholas, because Saint Nicholas was very much dead at that point. He was a Turkish saint, and then but they brought him back from the dead to and crowned him the Santa Claus, the the
Yeah.
general of the secret Christmas crusades.
The General of Zhao's chicken.
General Shao's,
General Zhao's
almost
Coca-Cola
as
chicken.
tasty,
Almost as tasty.
but not quite as sweet. He
You know,
he.
that reminds me of when we went to scout camp. I don't know if you were there, but we had Mountain Dew chicken.
Oh yeah.
Who is that behind? There's a person behind you. Scared the crap out of me.
No, there's
What
not.
is that? Is that Papa Hanukkah?
No,
It's
there's
coming out of
nothing.
the wall.
There's nothing. There's
Oh
nothing there.
my gosh.
Uh, I don't. Well, anyway,
Uh,
so Papa
is that
Hanukkah.
Vin Diesel coming out of the wall?
No, no, no.
Ah, that was The Rock. Even worse.
He's just hanging there.
Okay. Sorry, back to
That
the
was a
story.
typo. Yeah. They had the Vatican decided to use, Santa Claus to the newly Christian Santa Claus to lead the Christmas crusades against,
Okay.
all they were trying to make all this pagan solstice nonsense go away. They were trying to wipe that away and,
Uh,
make a nice corporate friendly, brand friendly, holiday that, corporations and stuff could get behind. And also Christianity and stuff, mostly for the corporations, because Coca-Colas, they they were a very wealthy, powerful empire.
Cacopolis, if you will.
The
So,
Coca-Colas, the
the
Coca-Cola
cocabolids, cocabolids.
Persephone,
You know,
Coca-Cola.
music and passion were always in fashion.
They,
With
but
with
there's something I'm like, there's got to
at
be a
the
rhyme for that.
Copa, she fell in love.
She fell in love with her. I don't
That's
know the
not what I'm
song.
thinking at all.
Just start singing another song. Yeah, but yeah, he had Santa Claus headed this Christmas crusade, and they started just going around the Europe, and they started spreading Christmas and joy and cheer to everyone. And people were like, "Wow, I used to
You
like."
use the word crusade, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
Okay.
secret crusade. They're
A
like,
secret
I
crusade.
used to like this paganism, but now I'm all into Christmas. This is thank you, Santa Claus. You changed our lives and minds at the tip of a sword. So they just
Nothing bad ever happened in the name of religion, just so you
no,
know. Especially
yeah,
Christmas Coca-Cola
yeah.
crusades.
They were very careful to keep this one secret. It was a secret crusade until they got, they
On
pretty
the
much
side of billboards.
no, they just had billboards up. Just like Santa's coming, he knows when you are sleeping and he knows when you're awake. This used to be a
It's like
threatening,
pointing.
haunting thing. This used to be a haunting sentiment from the Christmas Crusades, where like they tried to scare people to thinking Santa had even more omnipotent powers than he did. But yeah, he was doing pretty good. He was wiping through a lot of Europe until he got to the Czech Czechnia, to the
Czechia.
Czech
Yeah.
Republic, Czechnia. I don't know what it's
It's
called
it's
anymore.
called Czechia now.
Czechia.
Look, this I actually That's a 3D puzzle of a castle because I
Oh,
was there
oh,
a couple
nice.
couple years ago.
Like I don't know. Yeah, Czechia. He got to Prague, and that's when Santa got to Prague, and
He got
that's
deported.
he got well he kind of did because he faced all of Papa Hanukkah's golems, and they're like, we can't even
Okay.
face these golems, they're too powerful. And Papa Hanukkah was like, yes, you need to show this shall always be a stronghold for Hanukkah. We're not going to let your Christmas come into here. We're going to always it's always going to be Hanukkah forever
You
in
you sound like
Prague.
Jerry Seinfeld's uncle from the show.
I don't know if I've heard him.
Jerry. That sounds
Jerry.
just like that.
It's probably close. Just a stereotypical guy.
Yeah.
Like get
Oh man.
shoe. So yeah, he actually drove Santa back, and Santa he had to retreat
Oh.
from Prague, and so so he like Santa he did hear rumors of a creature that could aid him in his crusades. So, Santa decided to take a detour into Russia really quick, and
It's
what
not even close.
he took a quick
A
detour into
quick
Russia,
3-year detour
quick
marching to Russia.
3 year detour to Russia.
I guess he's got a flying sleigh, so that might have expedited the process.
Well, to there he found a creature that people only spoke of in whispers. It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Pain Deer.
I
And
thought you were going to start talking about Golem.
this is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Pain Deer. He had all his antlers were sharpened, and he had, you know, just his antlers had metal on them. They were made for war. He had a helmet on, and his nose glowed red from all the lightning strikes that his antlers would draw.
From all the
But they
cocaine.
only made him stronger. The lightning only made him stronger, and then
Did you know that
Mhm.
the male reindeer shed their antlers in the winter, but the females don't?
Do they keep theirs forever?
Yeah,
Huh? No, I
or
didn't know that.
something. I'm pretty sure. So all the reindeer are supposed to be female. I heard that somewhere. I heard that from thing.
It's like,
Anyway, continue.
oh yeah. So so yeah, Santa he went up to Rudolph and with some reindeer feed, and he decided to just make a speech towards Rudolph. He was like, "Alone we are weak, but together we are strong, and we can defeat
This
Papa
sounds
Hanukkah.
this doesn't sound copyrightable at all.
We can defeat Papa Hanukkah if we combine our forces." And Rudolph was like, he has reindeer
Sniffing in the
feed.
corner.
No,
Mm,
he sniffed the reindeer feed. He ate the reindeer feed,
yes.
and he decided to follow Santa because he had a lot of reindeer feed.
Did the reindeer feed have Coca-Cola in it?
Well, yes, that's also what gave Rudolph
Yeah.
some powers.
Coke used to have cocaine in it. Look at that.
Yes,
Full
that's
circle.
exactly that's one of the ingredients that brought Santa back to life. That's one of them.
Wait, he died.
Well, Saint Nick was dead. Yeah, he was. Saint Nicholas was. I can't remember when he died. It was definitely before the 1500s, I
Okay.
think.
Oh, wait, Papa Hanukkah killed him?
No, he just died of old age. I
Oh.
I think
Wait, what happened to Papa Hanukkah?
Papa Hanukkah's still in Prague.
Oh, and we're just
Oh
still
wait.
marching along.
Well, yeah. Santa's coming back. He's gonna march back with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's gonna
Oh, I
like
see.
on his way back. He did stop in Moscow, and he got some magic toffee. Though he got some toffee.
That's some
This
magic toffee.
It's magical toffee.
Did he have to sell a cow to get it?
One toffee gives you the strength of a single Russian man. So if you eat a toffee, you become as strong as a Russian, like a Russian man. So like Santa, he marched back to Prague with all of his forces, and you know
With all
he
the king's men and all the king's horses.
yeah, well he also just got to use his elves. He didn't use his elves in battle before, but you know he decided to bring his elves along now that he had the toffee, and that gives them relative super strength compared to their elf strength. So it made them the strength of a man. So you have just tiny elves with the strength of men.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Are these like Keebler elves or are
Yeah.
these dwarves or like what are these?
These are just like the workshop. Let's
Like
go with
live like this big Keebler elf or
let's do
like
like Rankin Bass. A Rankin Bass elf.
it's like garden gnome size or bigger than that?
Like the like however big the elves were in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Okay. So
special, whatever the Rankin Bass
six
special.
inches.
No,
Six inch
I
miniatures.
think they were like 2 feet, like
Okay.
like 1 or 2 feet, something
You're
like
talking
that.
like Yoda height, just
Yeah,
about 2.5, 3 feet.
yeah,
Okay.
they're like little Yodas. Like they can
And they
still
have the strength of a Russian man. Or what kind of Russian man? I'm talking
an
like
average Russian man.
I've got the black lung, or like
It's
so just an average guy. Okay.
after 2 bottles of vodka, so even stronger.
Okay.
So yeah, they were able to so using so I mean no, Santa Claus was able to get onto Rudolph's back, and they were able to jump over the golems while they were all fighting the elves, and the elves were not winning at all. They were fighting mud.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So yeah, they were just getting wiped out and murdered, and everyone else in Prague was just kind of hiding because this was not their war. They didn't really care if they had Christmas or not. This was all Papa Hanukkah's thing. He was like, I want Hanukkah to be here forever. They're like, well, maybe we could have other holidays too. No, it has to be Hanukkah and maybe
The guy at the table.
Passover.
What
Hmm,
if we do Kwanzaa?
what if you do? No
Is
one wants
everybody
to
in
do
Prague at this
Kwanzaa.
point? Are they Jewish too?
In the ghetto they are. In the Jewish Warsaw ghetto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's well, that's just in the story, in the folk tale, it's the Jewish ghetto.
The
Because
Jewish ghetto of Prague.
yeah, the Jewish people traditionally did not have much land, or they always really they kind of lived in cities mostly, because then they usually got into ghettos during the Middle
Okay.
Ages, because no one's going to let
Interesting.
them own
Okay.
land
Okay.
for the most part. But yeah, so Saint Nick, Santa, he jumped over, and he found the abode of Papa Hanukkah, and he broke in, and
The
he
commode of
yeah, the commode.
the big old commode.
He was on the toilet reading the Prague Times.
I thought you were gonna say you made it just sound. It's like there's no way he's reading Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in
The,
the commode in Prague.
no, that would be the most ridiculous thing.
Don't they film it? Didn't they film that there with the castle? I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway,
I have
continue.
no idea. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, Saint Nick, he held his sword up to Papa Hanukkah, and he's like, surrender. Your holiday is mine, or at least shall be relegated to kind of a background holiday compared to Christmas. And then Papa Hanukkah, with the last of his strength, he went, I surrender. I surrender, you win.
Wait, how?
But
But he's got mud men. How is he? How did he get defeated?
well, he wasn't with them. They were like all
Oh,
outside the
they
city.
oh they got all sneaky and
They
snuck
full
in
Yeah, no,
into the shitter and
yeah,
took him
Santa
at knife point.
yeah, Santa just rode on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they jumped over the golems.
Okay.
They flew over, and then
Is
they
that the
held
only
them up.
reindeer that can fly right now? Does it inbreed to give other reindeer flying abilities?
Let's say yes.
Well, just
Yes.
You got, yeah,
Just,
that's the one.
yeah,
Son of a
that's how
bitch, we're in.
that's how
That's
that happened. They cloned Rudolph.
uh,
They used asexual means to make Rudolph more Rudolphs.
how'd you like that job? To just
Clone a dude.
anyway, we'll move on from that.
Like so yeah, Papanos is like, I surrender, fine, you win. And then and then yeah, that's so yeah, after Santa turned his back, he did win the day, but when Santa turned his back, Papa Hanukkah used his Kabbalah magic to turn Santa into an icy, icy snowman creature for like 363 days of the year, like a Jack Frost creature. So then Santa, he was forced to, live in the North Pole because that was the only place cold enough to house him, at least at the time, mostly for the most part. So, but
But
on
who's managing his affairs if he's a snowman?
Well, he's up at the North Pole. He's still living. He's like Jack Frost. He's like a living snowman
He's the puppet
creature.
from a mid-90s film about a snowman who's also a dad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael Keaton Snowman.
Is that
Was
Michael Keaton?
Yeah, it was Michael Keaton
Gosh.
Snowman. Jack
Oh,
Frost.
man.
Yeah, he's alive. Like he's still a living being. He's just trapped, but like until like Christmas Eve and Christmas, he turns back into a human and then he can deliver presents. But on the other days, he's like just made of ice and snow, and he has to, just stay up at the North Pole and, you know, oversee the workshops and the factories up there. And yeah. But yeah, so that was Papa Hanukkah's revenge, but you know, it did make Santa immortal technically, so that was a benefit to him. And Papa Hanukkah is also immortal because he used his Kabbalah magic to make himself immortal.
What
And
can't he do with Kabbalah magic?
he can do anything
Just
convenient,
silence.
anything that
So,
I
oh, so he can find the remote real easy.
that's one of my power. That's one of my most used powers. It's one I use most often.
Where's the remote?
Where's the
You
remote?
always lose the remote.
Keep losing the remote. I was thinking of getting one of those tile things to just kind of
Yeah,
put
but
on
then
the
you gotta
remote.
zip tie the tile thing
But
onto
then
it, and
you
it's just a
gotta,
big chunky thing.
or sometimes I heard that Brenda, she actually used some Velcro for her tile. She had some Velcro and
But
they
then what
sell
if the
it.
dog gets it or the grandkids?
I think that we have other issues here. We need to find the remote. We don't want to lose if they can find it, that would be wonderful.
I want to take it for me. I want to get a big piece of 2x4, zip tie my remotes to them so
Oh, that would work.
so I can't lose them.
Yeah, I've just been using my phone as my remote in my room.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, yeah, so yeah, during Hanukkah season, you can actually summon Papa Hanukkah if you roll Gimel 3 times in a game of Dreidel. If you roll it 3 times, it summons him, and he'll be like, "Ta-da!
I'm
I'm
sure that's
here.
happened before.
I'm here." And then he gives you a Hanukkah present, which is, usually just what's in his pockets at the time. So he'll just search his pockets. Like, I have a, do you want a deck of playing cards?
I've
I have
got
a,
37 cents.
I got 37 cents. I also have some pencils and some erasers. They're very special pencils and erasers. You see, they're white and they're blue and they have the Star of David on it. You can see that they have the Star of David on the blue and white pencils. That's
That I got from Oriental Trading Company.
that I got from the Oriental Trading
It's
Company
got my name on it.
that I actually, wrote off
Oh
as a business
no.
expense. because
Uh,
I can't just be buying all these trinkets and just having it be also be taxed for it. I need to write off on my taxes, so I actually write it off as a business expense.
it's so. Where does Judah Maccabee come into this?
He was a
Pretty sure
good
that has a big part of
he
Hanukkah.
was a very good friend.
It's a very, it's a
He
very
was a
good.
very good friend of mine. He was very dead though. He was very
It's
dead.
very dead.
I can't remember. It was back when the Greeks were doing their thing. I think it was when the Greeks were there, and that might have been in the BC times.
What about this whole, 7 days, candles? Where does that come into play with Papa Hanukkah? Is that was that established before this all happened?
Well, if you want to save on your electricity, you want to just kind of spread your oil out. You have some candles there. You just light them for a few days. If they were lit for a few days, you wouldn't even need to use any electricity from like a night light. Don't even have to use a night light. You have a candle right there.
Now you're just going into Jewish stereotypes.
It's just what Papa Hanukkah is.
Oh my God. Does he have a cape?
Yes. No, it does. Like I think I was trying to think what it looks like. Like just has little curlies, a hat, like a just like a blue and white top hat, something like that. I don't know.
Man.
Trying to design him.
Well,
It's like I bring joy, I
I
bring
bring
Hanukkah,
balance to the galaxy.
and bring balance to the galaxy, or at least to this accounting book, this balance book. I will bring balance to it,
Uh,
to this expense report.
all
I
right,
think.
I think we gotta end
All
that.
right. Well, all right.
Oh my
I
gosh.
gotta tell you, you're gonna have a happy Hanukkah. It falls on Christmas this year.
It does it?
Yeah, I think it starts on Christmas.
Does that initiate a big battle? Is that
No, Papa Hanukkah is very pacifist. He he does not fight. He
Oh, that's why I made the golems.
Yeah, he does not fight. He also one of his powers is one of his magical trinkets is he has a satchel around his neck, which it holds and it can give him any denomination of any currency
Okay, okay. But you like any
that he can
denomination
wish.
of Judaism,
Just any,
give it that at the click of a button.
well, he can just have any money that he wishes for just automatically. That's just one of his little magic satchel. He's like, I want $100,000 in Dogecoin, and they would pull out the Dogecoin,
I was gonna say pesos, but I think
pull
Dogecoin is
out
better.
pull out physical Dogecoins from the satch.
Ugh.
It's just a USB drive. I have one Bitcoin. That's it's up to $100,000. I don't know if you've heard. It's up to 100,000 now.
Part of me thinks the story is not real.
No, I think that's the true verbatim story. Like
It's
how
a true
else?
story from.
Like, well, that it explains why Santa's up at the North Pole. It's because he's been cursed. He's been cursed by terrible Kabbalah magic to, he's a snowy ice man.
I figure it is because of the expanse of land, those
There,
factories.
I'm, I mean, there's like, there's the Midwest in America. There's plenty of room there.
And sure.
Like Europe doesn't have any room, but like America and Russia has plenty of room.
Yeah, I guess so.
But but it more makes sense if he was a snowy Iceman and he's just up there because
Or he's hiding oil or
he's,
something
he's hiding oil.
out of that big pot of oil, the end of the rainbow.
He's got to be hiding something. I also made it Santa has a treaty with the United Nations to in order to, allow him into airspace everywhere. Like he had to broker a treaty in the 60s because like before that, people were only like trying to do bows and arrows and cannons at Santa, but when we got missile technology, Santa was like, ho 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 ho
Well, that
ho,
wasn't the 60s. That was the late or mid 40s, end of World War II,
and World War II. And then he got
and radar.
super worried. He got a couple close calls and he was like, ho ho ho, this is gonna have to stop. But also in exchange, part of the treaty is he has to put all politicians and all heads of corporations permanently on the nice list. Like it doesn't matter what they do, no matter what, they will always be on the nice list. And also, if Santa is ever captured, they will disavow him and just claim they don't know who he is. Like, no one's going to save Santa if he's captured, I guess they're the gist of it.
Just like P. Diddy.
Yeah. It's the, I'm sure he's still on the nice list, though. That's fine. He's on the nice list.
Is prison the nice list?
I mean, I don't know if he'll get anything or if he'll
Well,
want
sure.
anything. Here's a
Oh man.
here's a nice wind up brat stall.
A wind up rat stall.
Yeah,
That's nightmare fuel. That
it,
sounds horrifying.
it walks at you. It walks towards you. It doesn't matter.
Jeez.
It doesn't matter where you are. It comes towards you.
It's the worst thing in the world.
It's like there's no sensors on this. There's doesn't look like there's anything indicating that it should know where I am, but it just keeps following. But it only follows you when you're not looking. You'll hear it in the background skittering and like, what? It just gets
All right.
closer.
Well,
Anyway,
on that note,
on that note, I'm done.
you're done. Okay, that was a fascinating story of the very true uh, Papa Maccabee Christmas Coca-Cola story.
Yeah. Starring Papa Hanukkah
Steven Spielberg.
featuring Santa, special guest Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.